Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge, where the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Hi everyone, my name is Tracey, and if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So I've been thinking about family matters, right? And how we can strengthen our family as we begin to talk about family legacies and, just guiding our families, our children, um, because we're all going to get older and we're all going to leave and go on to the next journey. And you want to have principles set in place that will keep your family on the right path as they continue to get older. So as life shifts, we don't want to leave our families just out to the wolves, right? We got to have some structure within this family. And I was listening to Dr. Umar, and he said, like, a lot of the time we lacked, like, what it means to come together as a collective, right? That unity when it comes to what's the mission of our people, what's the mission of our family, what's the mission for humanity, right? As we tap in and get closer, into our spirituality and our relationships with God, like, that's part of it. So I was thinking, because there's a lot of social media out there, there's a lot of scripted TV, there's a lot of people just living foul, like, it's a lot of stuff going on that can lead us down the wrong path. And so I thought it was important to just present you with something to think about, and also provide you with the tools to get your family in order, get our community in order, get us as a people in order, right? So when we talk about, today we're going to be talking about our family creed, right? So what's a family creed? It's like your blueprint, your family's blueprint, right? Your family's foundation, where your family is going, creating that legacy, right? It all starts with knowing where we're going, right? You got to know where you're going. You can't set goals on something where you have no idea where you're going to. What's the end goal? What you're trying to accomplish, right? So as mothers and fathers and godparents and everybody who has a community with them, a family with them, like, this is for you. This is for me. You know what I'm saying? And we have people who are coming together, families are blending. You want to have that unified structure, that unified foundation, so you and your family can be on the right path and work towards a collective goal that's going to exalt God and help humanity, right? So that's what it's all about. So when we talk about a creed, okay, so by definition, a creed is just a set of guiding principles that acts as a blueprint for your family's standard of living. It's a standard of living, right? And as the video progresses, you'll see how that standard of living can be accomplished. It's one family, one mind. You know what I'm saying? One goal, one direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. That's what it is. Your guiding principles. What's important to you and your family? You know what I'm saying? What principles do you stand on? This can be like standing on truth. This can be standing on faith. That, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever your family guiding principles are, your values. What do you value? Because this world out here ain't got no values, bro. Like, you can do whatever you want to do out here in these streets. Not to say it won't come with consequences, but it ain't no family values out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to leave our people unguided, right? We want to guide our people, especially our little children and stuff. You know, we want to make sure that they have a good, solid foundation. And I wrote this down. If you don't guide your family with your values, society will shape them with its own. You see what I'm saying? If you don't talk to your children and let them know that this is scripted TV, this isn't how it happens in the real world. You know what I'm saying? This is created. This ain't real. Sure, you can take some things resonate, and you can take some things and apply it to life, but no. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't talk to your children when you let them go out there and, you know, watch these shows and watch these videos and hang out with these people and do all of these things, you know what I'm saying? If they don't have a strong foundation, they just gonna follow what society is doing. And the last thing you want your children to do is create their values based on society, because society doesn't have a relationship with your family. Society don't have a relationship with you. It's not tailored to you. It's not benefiting you. You know what I'm saying? It's benefiting them, itself. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. So when you or your family is like approaching life and making decisions and interacting with each other, or, you know, with humanity in general, you want to have this standard of living. So when they go off track, then your people gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, either you're gonna influence somebody or somebody gonna influence you, right? So you just want to make sure that you and your family have that standard of living, right? That moral compass. That's why it's so important to have your family creed, your family's blueprint, because it serves as a moral compass. It helps guide you when life get to life and situations pop up, and you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have that. We're not trying to have our people just stuck in the house because we don't want the world to influence them. No, they just got to be able to know how to conduct themselves when out in humanity, regardless of what humanity is doing. That's what it's all about. We're not trying to hide them, and you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're just trying to give them the tools so when these things happen, they know how to operate. So this is why it's important to have these blueprints, these family creeds. You know what I'm saying? So talk about this. Start thinking about this, right? So we'll just talk about why it's important to have one, and, you know, the benefits of having one, but then we'll also dive deeper into how you can create this for your family, right? Because we're trying to live positive lifestyles out here. This is what this channel is all about, just positive lifestyles, you know? So when you're talking about having a family creed, it's just your moral compass. It helps as a guide to your family's core principles. So then they don't have to be wondering how I'm supposed to handle this. What am I supposed to be doing? It's right here. It's right here, spelled out for you. Clear as day. You know what I'm saying? Taking the guesswork out of it. Okay? And it's just going to ensure that everybody is operating under one system, right? Under one. So we don't have a divided household. You know what I mean? You got one operating on these values. You got the other one operating under these values. You got the other one don't have no values. You got the other one over there working with society, what they saying. You got the other, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. One. One family. One set of rules. You know what I'm saying? One love. You know, it's just one. It's that unity. It's everybody moving together. You can't have people just moving all around the place, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about like the Nation of Islam. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you see them in their militant type formation, it's one. They're all individuals per se, but they're acting as one. One set of rules. You know what I'm saying? One mind. You know what I'm saying? One direction. It's like this. To keep your family here when all this starts happening out there. Because it's going to happen. Everybody get touched. Everybody get presented with. You know what I'm saying? But you want to keep your family here. This is what your family creed does. It keeps your family here. Right? So when we talk about that, we're looking at an intentional, it's an intentional family lifestyle, right? So that's why having a family creed is such a powerful tool, because it's positivity and it's intentional, right? It's how your family lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it so powerful, because it's all of your family coming together and intertwining as one. We know what the instructions are. This is how you hold yourself accountable. It's like when I tell my children, like, let's just say whatever, you want to get the last baked potato, whatever, right? And you know that it's not yours, but you want it. Go in that situation with God. If God was standing right here and you steal it and go eat it, knowing that it wasn't yours, even if you can get away with it, will God be pleased with that? If he pleased with that, that's what you got. But if he's not, then you got to go with that, no matter how much you wanted that potato. You see what I'm saying? Keep it simple. That's why that relationship with God is so important, because it is a moral compass as well. It's a moral compass. And you'll know. You got an internal, you'll know when you like, should I not? It'll be very clear. Now, whether you decide to do it, whether you decide to listen, that's something completely different. But you know, right? So the benefits of having a family creed, again, starts with that unity. Having that connectiveness. It's a tongue twister for me. That collective, right? So, and it shows too, like, what's the purpose of your family? What is the purpose? Why do you have this family? What's the direction? You see what I'm saying? You have these children, you have your significant other, you have your unit, you know what I'm saying? But what is the purpose of it? Where you going? What you doing? Where your values at? You know what I'm saying? So it creates that unity when it comes to being that one mind. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we're not going to get things wrong, but at least you have that pathway. You know? That guiding force to let you know what we're doing as a whole. Having that clarity. You know what I'm saying? That framework. So we can take the guess out of it. This is what we do. This is how we operate. Right? So when it comes to like making decisions, or you dealing with some type of conflicts in life, or scenarios that pops up in life, you know what I'm saying, you have that clarity, you have that framework, you got that blueprint to help you navigate through it. Because these is muddy waters out here. You can sit up there and act like, oh, I just want to live on a superficial lane and just not worry about any of this stuff. Well, good luck with that. I guess the world needs sheep. I'm not a sheep. I don't really like to associate with other sheep. I'm not raising my children to be sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not doing that. You're not going to use me for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? I get used enough. And this world will use you for its benefit. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and again, it just ensures that all family members uphold the same values. Because when we operate under the same values, it makes it easier and clearer to hold yourself and hold the family accountable. Because everybody knows this is right, this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So when you start acting out of pocket, or you know what I'm saying, if a scenario comes about that tests your, you know what I'm saying, and you go down the wrong way, it's easy to hold you accountable. It's not just somebody just making something up on why you was wrong. No, here it is right here. We don't do this. And then it can open up a dialogue on why you did this. We all need help. You know what I'm saying? They may have just chose the wrong path. But then that takes it off of just the heads of the household. Now it's everybody. So sometimes the big brother or the big sister or the little brother or the middle brother, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can hold each other accountable because we operating under one system. You see what I'm saying? So having that will allow consistency and accountability to be easy to navigate through. Right? And again, we want to support each other. You know, having this blueprint already laid out for your family, it would encourage supportive environments, right? Because if somebody mess up or go off track or whatever the scenario is, like, we all here to talk about it. Have your family meetings. I love family meetings. You know what I'm saying? Just to check in and check up, and you know what I'm saying, and see what's happening, what's going on. You got to stay in tune with your family, right? Because we all are trying to, no, we all are creating our legacy, right? We are creating our legacy, our footprint, what we are going to leave behind. What are you going to leave behind? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so valuable to your families. So talk about this. Think about this. Start working on it, right? So as we talk about why it's important, what it is, let's go into how to introduce it to your family, right? So now you're thinking, all right, this sound pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like a creed sounds good to my family. We should have a blueprint. We should know where we going, right? So when you do that, so now it's like, okay, so now we want to introduce this concept to our families, right? So it's up to you to set the tone of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go in there, this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, set the tone and let them know, like, explain what it is and why it will be beneficial for your family, and talk about it, right? Let them know the purpose and the benefits of having a family creed as we continue on our family's standard of living, right? So introduce it to them, set the tone, let them know, and create an environment where it's like we were talking about the family meetings. Like bring it up in a family meeting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Choose your time and your place. Don't do it when somebody's like, you know what I'm saying, busy or there's not enough time. Like pick the right time and create that environment. Bring snacks, whatever work, whatever work for your family. You know what I'm saying? Like create that, set that tone, create that environment so it can be, you know, so it can be brought forth on a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Not on a forceful type thing. I know we always have like this dictator type energy. Like kick that stuff to the side, bro. Like we're not trying to have no dictatorships. You know what I'm saying? We all got our roles and stuff like that, but it's like people got opinions, and your age shouldn't matter. If you got a good opinion that's worth bringing up to the family that can help the family, then listen, right? So encourage input. You know, make it a collaborative thing. It's not about this is what we're going to do, get with it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody going, even if it's a good idea, if it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you're just coming over there like, look, this, you know, they're gonna be like, I know I would. I'd be like, what? I don't even want to deal with this right now. And you know what I'm saying? Don't miss your opportunities, right? Allow it to be collaborative. Talk about it. Let them know this is what I'm thinking. This is what I think would be a good idea. Let me tell you why. What you think about that? You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be more meaningful to the whole family when the whole family is involved in it, right? So then, after everybody's put in their collaborative information, you know, their efforts and, you know, and their input, right? And you finally get it together, like celebrate that. That is a big thing. Put that on the calendar. Have a wonderful day. Turn some music on. You know what I'm saying? Dive deep into like what was your biggest moments when we was creating this? What did you like the most about it? You know what I'm saying? This one is the one that I contributed to. You know, give them something to be proud of, right? So celebrate it, make it a big deal. And then last but definitely not least, like display it, right? Put it out there. Don't just make it, tuck it away, and then, no. This is what we're trying to do every day so it can become second nature. You know what I'm saying? So put it out there so where you and your family can see it. Talk about it, right? This is how you introduce it to your family. You just set the tone. You know what I mean? You let them know this is what we're going to do. Let it be collaborative. Create that moment. Celebrate it. Display it. Show it. Talk about it. Keep it on the forefront. Don't let it go to the wayside. This is your family's legacy. Legacies ain't meant to be put in no box in the closet. Legacies are meant to be celebrated, talked about. Energy, that's energy. Pour your energy into it. That's your family's energy, right? That's a proud thing to instill in your children. We don't know when we're going to go. We have no idea. So put something in place to at least give your family a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? On going down a righteous path, right? A righteous path. So they can have their values, so that your family's values will always override what society is trying to push on our people. Because I tell my children all the time, society will give you everything you need to destroy yourself. You just got to be smart enough not to take the bait. This is what this is for, so it can prevent your children and yourself and your family from taking the bait. And when it becomes second nature, you'll see it's not that hard. You'll be able to recognize, oh, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just that stuff right there. And you politely go the other way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, right? So how to create it, right? We go back again to your principles and your values. What are your family's principles and values? What do y'all stand on? Again, whether it's truth, whether it's integrity, like honesty, like what is it? What are your values? Right? These are the things that's going to create that framework on creating a beneficial and impactful family creed, a blueprint for your family. We can't just continue generation after generation, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, each generation is supposed to get better. Each generation is supposed to contribute more, elevate more, learn more. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. This is your family. You said, God, I wanted these children. You said, God, I wanted this family. Now you got to be able to be strong enough to lead them. To lead them. Some people may go astray. Some people may be cool with living in society's ways. But still, give them a foundation, because you never know when they're coming back. You know what I'm saying? So define your core values. What matters to your family? What matters to everybody? I know my son is big on honesty. My daughter, she's big on love. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that we incorporate in our family creed. Because it's our family. It can't just be, okay, I'm the mama, this is what we're doing, because no, it's us. This is how we operate. So when mom isn't there, or brother isn't there, or sister isn't there, or dad isn't there, or whoever isn't there, we all still operating under the same one understanding. Understand, overstand, understand. Right? All of it. Okay? So when you identify your goals and your priorities, these are the principles that will guide your family. These are the principles that will guide your family. So take your time, think about it, talk about it, write it together. I keep making you realize that it's a collaborative assignment, because a family is a collaborative. It's an assignment for everybody. Write it all together. Take everybody's input. Even if one person put it all together, at least it comes from everybody's. There's no one way to do it, right? Whichever way works for you, but you just want it to be collaborative. And then you want to write it down, which will show that this is our family's voice. This is who we are. This is our reputation, right? That's what your legacy is. When you're dead and gone, when people talk about you and your family, this is what we're looking for, right? And look, when you are creating your family creed, like, keep the language simple. Like, it doesn't have to be all this, large words and high, words, and you know what I'm saying? Just keep it simple. That's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to show how smart we are and all these words. No, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to make it simple so everybody on every level can understand it. Right? You got to be able to express it on every single level, and everybody got to be able to understand it. So keep it simple. Keep it simple, right? And then another thing too, which is the last, but again, not least, but revise it, revisit it and revise it as you grow and elevate and learn. Make sure that, you know, you looking at it to see that it's growing and, you know, evolving as well, and making sure that this still reflects your family's standard of living. Because we're always growing, we're always learning. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure that that reflects that. And find ways to, you know what I'm saying, put it on a calendar. You know, put it on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Have family creed day. Have family creed week. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, however you want to celebrate that, make sure you do that. This is your family's legacy that we're talking about. And it starts with your family, but if you can make it bigger to where brothers and sisters and, you know what I'm saying, it can be a really big, that would be even better. Right? So that's it. That's the message, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking it out to the end. And give it an opportunity to change your family's dynamic. We're creating legacies here. We're not birthing these children and having these families for society to take them away and take them away from our family. They're our family. They're your family. Guide them in the right way so they can have a fighting chance when they get older or as they're growing to know what my family standard is. What is my moral compass? This is very important. So write this down, right? Go back on the video. Like, share, subscribe, share it. Talk about it with your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very, very important. Because we're trying to build our community up. You know what I'm saying? We really want to have these positive lifestyles that doesn't involve all of this extra stuff that's just out there to have you vibrating at a low frequency. Okay? So thank you again, and till the next time, have a wonderful day.